Welcome to Velocity, the Vista Chamber podcast. I'm your host, Vista Chamber CEO Rachel Beld, and it is my privilege to interview the movers, shakers, and change makers impacting our amazing Vista community and beyond. Our guest today is Andrea Ruano, president of Direct Professional Cleaning Services, which is a Vista-based professional cleaning company that provides residential, commercial, and institutional janitorial services in North County. Direct Professional has been in operation for more than 20 years, and the Vista Chamber recently named Direct Professional Cleaning Services as the Small Business of the Year at the Heroes of Vista Gala. As the owner and operator of Direct Professional Cleaning Services, Andrea's strong background in the service industry shines. Her customers love the quality her team provides, and much of her work comes from referrals. Andrea has previously served on the board of directors for the Vista Chamber of Commerce, and she's also active with the Hispanic Chamber of E-Commerce, National Association of Hispanic Realtors North County, San Diego, and Comerciantes Latinos Asociados. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome, Andrea.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel.
I'm so glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to be here too.
Yeah, and congratulations on being Small Business of the Year.
Thank you. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, how did it feel on Friday when you saw your name on the screen?
Well, I believe it, but it was amazing. I cannot describe the feeling. I was very happy for our team, just to see their faces. So, yeah.
A lot of hard work
nice.
Rewarded. It's nice to see that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so great. Okay, so tell me, how did you first start Direct Professional Cleaning Services? It was Andrea's cleaning services before, right? And
That's
then
correct.
How did you start in this industry? How did that get going?
Okay. I believe it was on 2007-8 when I used to work for San Diego Unit Review on the warehouse, and I don't want to work on nights anymore. So I was looking for a magazine, and I just looked, I see ads that they were hiring, and I see an ad, and I went there, and they give me 3 days of work. The only house that I clean, I used to be my house, and they give me 3 days of work, and that's how it started.
So you started just cleaning a couple of houses for a few days, on trial?
One house, 3 days a week.
Okay. Oh, 1 day, 3 days a week. Okay.
Exactly.
And then it grew.
And I'm still in the community when I started.
Okay.
Yes, so that's how it started, because I want to work in the mornings and be with my daughters on nights. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So being a mom was important to have that flexibility and have your own schedule.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Actually, that was the hard part or time of my life, because that's when I divorced. Mm-hmm. So that's what I said, okay, what can I do to have a flexible, my schedule more flexible? Mm-hmm. And I didn't think about it. I just got the magazine. I saw that they were looking for a housekeeper. I went there. I got the job for 3 days a week, mm-hmm. and that's how it started.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So 3 days a week, you're cleaning this house, and then did they start to tell other people about you?
Yes, I started getting compliments, and I think that was my motivation to hear, for our clients. Lisa, that's my first client, and then she referred me with, she's I believe she's a manager of all the managers of Costco, Coletta, that I start working with her. Mm-hmm. And then she gave me a couple more days. And then I have, full schedule in a couple months. But they recommend me in the same community that I'm still there.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yes.
So when did you start realizing it was more work just than that you could do alone, and you started to bring on other people?
Well, I started like that for a few years, doing myself. It was very nice and flexible, because I had the opportunity to drop my daughters to school. My youngest daughter, I had to pick her up sometimes afternoon, and I had the flexibility to pick her up. In 2009, that's when I get my license. And then as a business mind in 2014.
Wow.
Yes.
So you started cleaning one house 3 times a week, and now you have cars that are wrapped with your logo. You have multiple employees. You've really grown.
You know what? I'm very excited to see it. Sometimes when you do it, you don't see it till somebody else tell you, look at you now. And that's when you start realize that it's just a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, when you're doing the work, you've got your head down and you're focused. You're just doing the work and you're not seeing necessarily or appreciating how you're growing, and that you have multiple vehicles with your logo on them, and you have a team of people with their matching uniforms, and such a professional, truly direct professional group come out to someone's home or business or school or whatever. So that, congratulations, that's amazing.
Yes, thank you very much.
That's so great.
Yes.
That's so great. So, so I've heard you talk before about cleaning services being really important to people's health and well-being. So tell me, why do you think cleaning services are so essential to our health?
Well, I always think that cleaning is a necessity. It's like your health. You want to have a perfect health. It's the same thing. It goes together because cleaning and health goes together. It's just in what I always thought is it's a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
It's not other. It's just, I don't know. It goes together. That's
right.
all. So,
yeah, absolutely. So I saw on your website that your company is ServSafe certified. What does that mean?
ServSafe certified. The certification, most of the restaurant owners have it. And other people in different industry, but most of them got certified in IHOP. I used to work in IHOP for almost 8 years. That was my part-time job. On the moment in 2008, I was working for 6 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock when I finished.
Wow.
I was a waitress there, and I had the opportunity that I'm very also thankful for Mike, that he's the owner, that now he owns multiple IHOPs, and, open 24 hours on the time. It was a great opportunity for me. That way I can provide my daughters. I had 3 daughters, and I can provide them a stable place to live. And I was very happy to work there too. So I had opportunity there to be certified, and I continued with that. It's a lot to learn, and also I can use it in direct professional cleaning.
So does that mean that you and your team know the right way to clean things, the right way to sanitize things? Is that kind of what that means?
Exactly. And the trainings actually, having this certification, it helps us, because on the end of the day, when we leave a house, I'm very happy and comfortable to leave the house, like not spreading germs one place to another, not reusing rags. It just helps us in a lot of different areas.
Sure. So I'll say, full disclosure, my family, we use your company to clean our home a couple of times a month. And and that's been the case even before I worked at the chamber, before I knew you, when you were on the board of the chamber. That was before that time. And it's impressive that your team, they have, cleaning supplies specific and cleaning rags and sponges just for the bathroom, just for the kitchen. They get washed. We wash them and we keep them at our home. So when you come, there are things that just stay at our home for each of the specific rooms. So there's not that, you don't get bathroom germs in your kitchen and things like that. So I think that comes from that certification, that kind of idea.
Exactly. Yes. And you're right. That's why we have the yellow rags that we use it for dusting or for, bathrooms, different areas. But the blue rags, we use it as specific for the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Why? Because the way that I clean my house, I want to clean better your house too,
mm-hmm.
and yeah, that helps us a lot. And also what we like, especially with what happened with the pandemic, we want every client has their own rags and their own houses. So we use it just specific for one person.
Right. That makes sense. I think that's a great idea. It makes people feel safe too.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I know that you are, and I've heard your employees say that you're such a mentor to them. So I want to know who's been a mentor for you.
I have a mentor. What has been helping me is I go to a lot of events. It's simple. I never been to Tony Robbins, nothing like that, but I've been to financial education, but also when the speaker to an event. Most of the time, I don't think twice to invest in my education. I go to a lot of events like that with people come, speakers, business coach, motivation or things like that. So that been helping me a lot in to grow as a person. And also that's what I've been doing. Yes.
That's great. So I think that's really important. It's, we have a lot of people that listen to the podcast. Some are business owners, some are community members, some are people who want to be entrepreneurs. And I think that's really great advice. A good takeaway is that you should continue to invest in your education and to find messages that resonate with you and that inspire you, where you can meet like-minded people who also want to support you and be there for you and encourage you. So I think that's great that you do that.
Thank you, Rachel. Yes, and also that motivate me to share what I'm learned over there. Why? Because I think that's great when you learn something and you share with someone. You never know if you do say something or you participate in something. You don't know if that's gonna change or gonna support other people.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Okay. Tell me about your employees. Tell me what you think of them and how do you find them? Just tell me about your employees, because I know they're really hardworking and kind.
Thank you. Most of the time is because how I find employees. Most of the time is just reference for the same employees, right? They know someone or they pass our company information. They call me and we have interview, and so that's how I found it. And about my employees, it's just I very admire them because, like you said, they work very hard, and they come, they do the job, and it's just amazing how to see them because they have their family. So for me, besides I admire them, I'm very happy with them. They come, they do the job the best they can, and I like them to go early home because also they take care of their families. I was there, working all day, and I cannot wait to come home and spend time with my family. So for me, my employees is very important. I cannot do, direct professional cleaning. It can be like that without them. So I always said, if they're happy, my clients, they're going to be happy, right? And if I see them happy, it's a great satisfaction for me too.
That's great. I will say your team, they do a fantastic job. I've referred your company to several of my friends, my mother-in-law, so many people that I know, and everyone is always so pleased with their work. And, sometimes people are home when your team is there. Sometimes they're not home. Either way, you always come home to a beautifully cleaned home. And I'm speaking from the residential perspective. And I know that, Cosmic Solar, Judith from Cosmic Solar, she nominated you for the Business of the Year and spoke so highly about the work that you do at their commercial location. So your team is really skilled in all of those areas. So kudos to you for hiring great people, and kudos to them for being such amazing, hardworking women who are doing a great job raising their families and investing in themselves too. So it's just, I love the whole story of it. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, that's amazing too. Thank you. Yeah.
So what is hard about that work that you do? What do you think is the hardest part?
I think it's very physically demanding, and our employees usually stay. It's an average for the job. Because it's physically demanding. It's just people sometimes they stay 2 to 3 years. I can say it, but now we have another way to. If people wants to work 2 days, that's wonderful because that way they can spend time, with their family or do things more they like. So when they come to work, they can do it 100%. They can be. So for me, it's better if people come 2 days, but happy, and they give us 100% quality. So for me, responding your question is yes, it's very physically demanding. It's a hard.
So you've mentioned a couple of times that you have 3 daughters. What are their names?
Jacqueline, that's my first daughter, Ana Karen, and Victoria Ruano.
So how is being a mom, how has that influenced the work that you do? I mean, you've talked about the balance of being able to be home for them, but what else inspires you about your daughters? I can see your face just lights up when you talk about them. So tell me a little bit about them.
You know what? They've been, I'm very, what can I say? I'm honored to be their mom. Those young ladies, they've been inspiring me, and also they've been such a example for me. My first daughter, she's already 27.
Wow.
My middle one is 26, and my youngest one is going to be, actually Friday is going to be 24. And you know what? They're very independent. Jacqueline, she's a biology engineering, and I don't know. I mean, I'm very thankful. They have a perfect health, and they're doing amazing. Actually, Annette Karen, she's going to graduate it for Cal San Marcos in May 1st. And, step by step, they're doing great. And it's amazing just to see them, successful and enjoying life. That's the most important for me.
Well, you've worked really hard to give them a great life. And so it must be so rewarding to see that they're successful and happy adults. That's got to feel great.
Yes.
As a mom my kids are much younger, and I'm in the weeds right now. So I'm, as much as I'm enjoying this time, it's hard to see that someday they're going to be grown up, and then I'll be where you are, being so proud that they're successful adults. Fingers crossed, I hope. So.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? You mentioned something a couple minutes ago that if I have a mentor, my daughter, my first daughter, when she was in high school, she was in ROTC, and she has a mentor over there, so that's amazing when you ask for help. Sometimes we don't. And that's why probably it took me a long time to be here, but I did it. And thanks to everybody, thanks to our clients, to our employees, everyone. But sometimes it's good to have a mentor. And I believe a mentor. Actually, I have one that we just started a month ago, that he comes to the office and we talk, we had these conversations, because if you don't ask, it's difficult to find the help, and there's a lot of people there who help you. And thanks to these business mixers, met people like you. For me, they're a great role models, honestly. And I do it, and I say that with the bottom of my heart, because it's just amazing. Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Okay, so I know you're pretty involved with a number of organizations. You mentioned the professional development classes that you go to and the speakers, but why do you think it's important to be involved in different organizations in your community?
First, I think it makes you feel as a person. It make you feel good, behave. And also, I think it's part to be happy, when you start, you give, and the same time you receive for another. So it's always great to, if you can help with something, I think that's the best way to feel great.
It's great. Paying it forward, helping other people, lifting other people up helps lift us all, right?
Exactly.
Right, right. So is there anything else that you want to tell us about direct professional cleaning services, or anything about you that we didn't talk about already that you want to share?
Well, just want to mention that our company has a goal. And one of the goals that we have by the end of this year, if it's not by the end of this year, is to open a academic. Actually, we have a conference room that we're going to be using for that. And it wasn't my goals. I was reading my goals for 2012, but sometimes we forgot those goals when we wrote. We're going to open because we want to help people that they're already in the industry. They're doing cleaning by themselves, but sometimes they need someone to direct them. Or have a not shortcut, but for me, it took me a long time and find the right people or me ask for help, how I can open a business and have the insurance, everything in order, and website, everything, how to do payroll, QuickBooks, and all those things.
So you're teaching other women or other people how to start their own cleaning company. And how to get the licenses and the insurance and how to set up a website, how to hire people. That's amazing, Andrea.
Yes, that's
fantastic.
My goal. Yes.
So the people who are, because a lot of people clean houses and they do it just cash. They don't have the right paperwork or they don't do it the right way. So you're teaching them how to do it the right way and taking all the lessons that you've learned over these years to help other people do it more succinctly and more quickly.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Yes.
No wonder you're the Small Business of the Year. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Kudos to you. Wow. Great.
And another thing that I just want to close with that is like, you know what? I think as a person, one day I heard that never stop dreaming, never stop investing in yourself or things like that. And I think when you find what you like, what you want to do, for me, it's changing lives. If I can plant a seed in one person, if one day I leave this world, I will be living very happy. And that motivation helped me to go back to school. And I almost finished. Probably next month, I will my education as a naturopathic doctor.
Wow.
Yes.
You've got a lot going on.
Yes, but I'm very excited.
So naturopath, right?
Naturopathic doctor. Doctorado en naturopatía.
Okay. So what does that entail? What do you do when you're a doctor like that?
It was more a personal goal. It was more like that. It helps me in a lot of different areas. I feel more comfortable myself, enjoying more life myself, and I think when you have a goals and it's a compliment when you just start something and finish it, because in the past I used to do things and I never finish, and I think that's so important now for me. When you do something, make sure you focus if you enjoy it, and then later on, you never know, that can help me. And my passion, I think, is to support these people, not just open their business. I can help them to direct them. If one day they dream to do something, it's never too late. Mm-hmm. I'm in my late 40s, and I think that's amazing. And it's never a time. Every time is perfect time to start something. Something that you always want to do.
That's great advice. Never too late to start something that you've always wanted to do.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay. So I always end each interview with a few of the same questions, rapid fire questions. So I'm going to ask you, tell me a book that you think everyone should read.
Okay. For me, it was Dummies for Business for Dummies. I think that was a so funny title, but it just comes everything perfect. Yeah.
Business for Dummies.
Business for Dummies.
All right. I think that's like a great start. It's a great start. That's a good one. Okay. Tell me a song you love, a song you always have to turn up. Maybe you sing along. Maybe you dance, or you just enjoy it.
I think the song that I always put it when I do biking or I do things like that. It's in Spanish.
Okay.
It calls un rayito de luz.
And who's it by? Do you know?
Paco something.
Okay.
I don't know the last name.
Okay, I'm going to look it up.
But I love the song. And that, when I do biking, that song is just amazing. It's a great motivation. Just be everywhere. I love biking. Actually, on Monday, I finished late in the office over here in Santa Fe, and I just got the bike and I start doing in all Santa Fe. And I have pictures, so it's amazing.
That's fun. I love riding my bike in downtown Vista.
Yes.
It's fun. I can stop and get some food, or my whole family, we ride our bikes. So that's
It's
great.
a lot of beautiful places.
Yeah. Well, now we know what song to listen to when we're riding our bikes. So thank you. Okay. Tell me something that inspires you.
Something that inspired me. I think is to listen other stories, other people, and how they get successful. Because, to my clients in the beginning, I start asking them, what did you did or what did you do to have this kind of life? Things that I can change. So I think my great motivation, it was my clients, to continue to keep going and dream, because I say if they can live like that and have a relaxed life and be successful. And I'm very thankful that a few people they're open and they start telling me what they did, how they get there, and I think that's amazing to do.
Great.
To listen to them.
That's great. Okay. Tell me a Vista business that you think deserves a shout out.
Coast to coast renovation. I think that's they're amazing.
Did they do the renovation in your office?
No, actually, we've been doing a few jobs for them. Not few. They support us a lot.
Okay, so they're a client.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, John, Tiffany, Ryan. I mean, they're just amazing, and I think that they're bringing such a great support. And thanks to John, we have our office, so they're amazing.
Coast to coast renovation.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much for being here today, Andrea.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Great. So thank you to our guest today, Andrea Ruano from Direct Professional Cleaning Services. And thank you for listening to Velocity, the Vista Chamber podcast. If you like what you heard, please tell a friend. Let's move Vista forward with Velocity. The Vista Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit organization that serves as a catalyst for business growth. Find us online at vistachamber.org.